Jason, glad you were with us, and Daniel Carlson here to get things started. And off we go from Vegas. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Bombers. Chill.
Throwing right away on the game's first play. Open man downfield. That's Ingram. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Captain.
A first down throw for Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big-time play for the Broncos. A pickup of 44 yards. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
Bombers.
Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Chill. Ready. Captain.
2nd down. Nix. That is caught side of the end zone. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will take a 7-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Regular. 180.
Right to the air, it's Mayfield. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Jeanty. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Jones. And the Broncos are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready. Bombers. Chill.
They'll go play action with Nix. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll be second down. They send Sutton in motion. On second down, it's Nix. That's caught. It's the tight end Ingram. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, Broncos. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Open man, downfield, it's Franklin. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Denver first down. They send Sutton in motion. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. The catch made there by Sutton. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 6. Here's Nix to throw. He got all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. A Pro Bowler 4 years running, that is Max Crosby, getting in to record his 9th sack of the year. They send Sutton in motion. Nix from the gun on third down. Out to his right. He'll try to run for it.
That's a really good effort on third down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Nix. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as this defense can't come up with the play they needed. They surrender a gain of 17 on fourth down. Throwing is Nix. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Kendrick Bourne. Touchdown, Broncos. It's his second touchdown of the year. The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Mostert now to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 180! Pistol, pistol, pistol. Regular, regular, regular. Real, real, real. What's that?
On first down is Mayfield. A throw right side. Taken in by Tucker. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A gain there of 21. First down, Vegas.
Run, run, run. What's that?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this off to Genty. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football. They've got it second down and 7.
Chase it, chase it. Hey, alert 33. Set. 20. Kings, Kings, Kings. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Dad.
Throwing is Mayfield. Oh, he's got Tucker open downfield. And he's in. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Vegas.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Here we go on the return from the 1. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, that is taken in downfield by Tonjes. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 37 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
Bombers, bombers, bombers.
Back to throw is Nix. He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. And he's in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Broncos will take a 21-7 lead.
Raiders 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
Set. 180. Up, up. Hurry. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. That's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That's to the right side. And caught by Bowers.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. That's it.
On 2nd down, Baker. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Third and
You know, it's really surprising to see him, of all people, let that one go. You just don't see him drop many balls. I mean, really, regardless of the circumstance. So, yes, there was contact. Yes, they timed it up perfectly, but typically that's a ball he's able to hold on to.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Change. Let's go. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down.
That's it.
They'll go. Mayfield. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
On my set. Ready. Ready, ready.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On my set. Ready. Ready. Captain. Olay.
Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal, Denver.
Joe. Captain.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And he'll take it on in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Mostert now to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Set. 180. Done.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders. An even 40 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Up, up. Watch out.
Mayfield to throw on first and 10. He'll find Jenky out of the backfield. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Raider first down.
Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Real. Watch out.
Out of the shotgun. Mayfield. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll lead to a second down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. 180. Hey, alert 33. Watch out.
On play action, Mayfield. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. First touchdown of the game for the man who leads the NFL in TD grabs. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are able to cut into the deficit.
Raiders 14. Daniel Carlson to kick off for us.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a
Their
touchback.
own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Almost set. Away. Ready. Right here. Right.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Almost set. Ready. Right here. Captain.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Denver first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Bombers.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now. Here's Nix to throw. Moving to his right. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Throwing is Nix. Well, that one floated off his back foot. It is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Intercepted. The Raiders take over first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down is Mayfield. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that first down.
That is caught to the goal line and in. Ashton Jeanty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Wes Watkins takes it from the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and take him down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing. Nix. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. A gain there of 20. First down, Broncos.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Bombers.
To throw is Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
Second down. Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Mostert now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. Set. 20. Done.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On 2nd down, Baker. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he will score. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Carlson now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Raiders are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. A couple yards deep. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Bombers. Hold on a sec. Chill. Away. Captain.
A first down throw for Nix. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it.
And the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Broncos.
Nix now on 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
I always think you you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
I remember being around a lot of really good high-level linebackers, and what they used to say, Mike, is we're not going to guard the check down, but we're going to punish the check down, especially if that running back's going to catch the ball with his back facing the defense. They're saying, you might catch it, but we are going to make you pay every single time. And I know he's got a few catches throughout the course of the game, but they're continuing to be physical with him, and they're going to make it more and more challenging.
Got it into the hands of Mims. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Third down and 3. Back to throw is Nix. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down.
Captain.
On 4th down, here's Nix. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Run.
Second down throw for Mayfield. They'll find Dickey out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So throughout the course of the game now, we've seen this big tight end really have his way with the defense. But I think now after that play, the big hit, a forced incompletion, at least now there's a message being sent. As he gets back in the huddle, he's going to get a lot more opportunities. But just know there's going to be contact every time that ball's thrown your way.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Forced out wide. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Point it right. Me. Want it. Regular. Kings. Run. Down.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And back deep is Marvin Mims. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Mims sent in motion here. Nix now to throw it here on first down. Downfield, he's got Bourne. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 41 yards.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Captain.
Nix from the gun on third down. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. on now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Mostert now to return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll run with the Boise State product, Ashton Jenkins. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle.
1-yard gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 9.
27-yard line.
180. Play it right. Run.
Throwing is Baker. This one complete to Dorsett. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
27 yards.
That's good for 27 and a first down.
First down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
46-yard line.
180.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, look for 20. Regular. Alert. What's that?
On first down is Mayfield. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 3.
Pistol. Hey, alert. Real. What's that?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Vegas.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
180. Point it right. Run. What's that?
Baker to throw. And that is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Second and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. Alert. Kings. Pistol. Hey, alert. What?
Back to the air, it's Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with.
At the 12-yard line.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10.
Set.
run it straight ahead now with Genty. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Good. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Wide, get wide. Up, up. One time.
Now Mayfield. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Vegas. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets it to about the 34-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
6 catches for him in the ballgame now, and this one's good for a first down.
A gain of 14.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
He's brought down at the 31. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd down and 3. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. Dobbins. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the first down.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on, the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. Evans. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. The motion man here is Bourne. They'll drop to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
To throw is Nix. This one caught just past the pylon. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
So now a big play here for the Broncos. They're going to line up and go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Nix to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grasp. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Mostert now to return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
They're on the 31-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Pistol. 180! Real. Hey, alert! What's that?
Mayfield to throw. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. 17 yards that time from number 17.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Up, 180! Kick, regular. What's what?
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That's caught by Bowers. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Run. What's that?
Throwing is Mayfield. That's complete to Lockett outright. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. As they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
180! Alert! Pistol.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Up, up! Yes!
To throw is Mayfield. That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the fourth quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. This is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. And they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now.
Bombers.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Lutz for the extra point.